Hello everyone, Zen Gaming here, and welcome back to the deliciously wonderful Kerbal Space Program. It is now in 1.0, meaning categorically it is now released. Now that doesn't really change anything, it just means it coming out of the early access section on Steam and stuff like that. So it's now a fully fledged game. However, they are going to update it just as much as they were before it has been quote unquote launched, but a huge update has come out for 1.0, so much in fact that I'm not even going to begin to describe it myself. I'll put a link in the description below to a really insanely cool guy who plays Kerbal Space Program called Scott Manley, and he did a concise video going through all of the new stuff. So I'm going to go ahead today and show you how to do something quite awesome. Oh look, it's Valentina, female Kerbals in. Okay, so today in this video we are going to be going over something that I think is quite integral to the new version of the game, because basically one thing that people are loving at the moment is the ore refinement process, the process of going to other planets or staying on Kerbin, mining ore and then turning it into, you know, liquid fuel oxidizer, monoprop or whatever. However, one thing you've got to do before you do that, or one thing you should do, is perform an orbital survey, which basically allows you to see where the ore is richest on a planet. And today I'm going to be showing you how to make a probe like that. Now, for the sake of that I know it works, I'm going to load one I've already made and basically talk you through how it works. If I can find it. Don't pay attention to the actual rockets, but I'll take off the fairing. There we go. Put that over there. Okay, so here's my probe. Now, let's just... okay, well, I'll just talk through it, shall I? So you've got your reaction wheel here. Got your reaction wheel. You've got your monoprop tank here. Basically, I put some maneuvering thrusters on it, you know, just in case I need to do any, you know, minute adjustments to my orbit. Okay, I've got some exterior solar panels here. However, inside this bay, a service bay, which can be found in the utility section, somewhere. It can be found somewhere in the void of space or whatever. And basically, this allows us to house things inside it. And inside there, I've got some batteries, some miscellaneous sensors, and I've got solar panels that fold outwards. I am actually going to just replace these. I've already got one of these in orbit, but I'm just going to launch another one just for sake of showing you guys how it works. I'm going to put some of these wider ones on. Okay, so that's that done. We'll close that up. Okay, then we've got this strut here, and we've got some new parts as well. We've got this. This is an atmospheric scanner thingy. Where is it? There it is. Atmospheric fluid spectrovarimeter. Basically, it allows you to analyze the atmosphere of a planet and all that jazz. I can't remember if this works from orbit. It's mainly just there because it looks cool, but I'm pretty sure you can actually use it to perform a survey of the planet's atmosphere. This is something that you don't really need on the probe. However, I put it on for the same reason as this, and this is basically it shows directly beneath where you are. It will display what biome you're over, what planet it is, longitude, latitude, and how rich the ground is with ore. So the higher the percentage, the more ore there is. However, you don't really need that for this, because we've got some more heavy duty hardware. We've got this survey scanner. Basically, this opens up, and this is going to be the focal point of the kind of satellite. And basically, you put yourself into a polar orbit above 60 kilometers. I can't remember what the ceiling is. And basically, you can perform a survey. You don't have to wait for it to orbit round like you did with the Keythane mod. It will just do it after about 10 seconds if you've got enough power. And then you will have your survey done, and then if you use the Narrowband Scanner, which is what this is, you'll be able to actually open up a little map of the area beneath you, and you'll be able to look at the various places and see what's rich with ore. Okay, that's all of the mumbo jumbo and jargon out of the way. I think I will show you it in work. So, but well, before we do that, fairings, amazing. Who doesn't like fairings? I'm going to put that back on actually. Actually, I might just reload it, because if there's anything I've learned about fairings is that if you put them at weird angles, they can be counterproductive. Okay, so let's take this for a spin. So if you don't know what the changes are to the new update, as I said, I will link it in the description below to a video that will go through it all for you. But basically, everything travels faster now. Planes, rockets, they all travel faster. However, they actually heat up, and if there's too much heat, then they'll explode. Or likewise, if something catches the wind, it creates a lot more drag now, and it can cause structural failure or an explosion. So if you didn't have this fairing on, you could very easily just flip the hell out during, you know, takeoff. And also, if you didn't have this, it'd be almost impossible to actually control as well. But basically, I'm going to put us into a normal orbit, just for sake of, because a lot of people usually put themselves into normal orbits. And then once we're in a kind of standard orbit, oh look at that, I love the new vent thing. And then once we're in a kind of standard orbit, I'll put myself into a polar orbit and show you how it works. Okay, so let's throttle up a bit here. And basically, you can see the probe is inside the fairing there. But the thing you've got to remember with the probe, with the fairings, is that they are a detachable part. So once you hit the stage they're in, they will pop off. But then that's the point of them. They're meant to protect the craft during ascent. We are picking up some serious speed now. Okay. I always forget which way it is that I want to be going. Let's just turn on the SAS. The SAS seems to be a lot more temperamental than it was in the previous versions now. But yeah. So yeah, there's a completely new flight engine. I mean, as soon as you take off in a rocket or a plane, you'll instantly know the difference. But it's basically, you go a lot faster now, but it's a lot harder to control things. There's actually kind of like proper thermodynamics and, well, more realistic thermodynamics and things like that. Okay, so what's that? Oh wait, that's way too high. Okay, let's just set ourselves a little maneuver now. Okay. God, I hate the flipping maneuvering controls. I hate these things. They're so... Ugh, I just forget how they work every single time I use them. What the hell have I done? Okay, let's just start again. Okay, we are all lined up for our polar orbit burn now. And I'm going to show you a really cool new feature just after I've detached the fairings, because we want all the speed that we can get. Oh, look at that. You can now warp to destinations. So basically the maneuver's there. If I wanted to warp like here, warp here. How cool is that? You can just warp straight to where you want to go instead of having to experiment with the kind of time slider, because the amount of times I've just gone too fast and it's all gone horribly wrong. Also notice camera's shaking. Nice addition, I like that. And it only accelerates when you hit a threshold of acceleration, I think. Okay, we're almost there now. Yeah. Looking very nice. The reason that you need to be in a polar orbit is because survey satellites, basically, they can cover more of the Earth quicker in polar orbits, which is the logic behind it having to have a polar orbit in this. But also, one thing you've got to remember is that when your satellite's in position, it doesn't matter what direction it's pointing. It will just take the location directly below where you're orbiting. So you don't need to worry about, you know... I can't remember why I put solar panels here. Oh, I think it's because I was having power problems before in this stage. Okay, oh god, I'm off target a little bit. Oh, well, it doesn't matter that much, it's only in orbit. And there we go. Is that... yes, that is okay. Yes, nice. Okay. Okay, so we've detached from that now. I'm just going to point it towards a planet for dramatic effect. You don't need to, but that's just what I like to do. Okay, so now if we open our little bay doors, I can extend the panels. Look at that. I did... okay, yeah, I forgot I changed the type of solar panels. The reason I was going to change them is because they kind of clip a bit. But this is good too. How are we doing on your power? Alright, we're good. Okay. So I've got this in a polar orbit. I have another one in a slightly more perfect polar orbit. Which is it's identical to this craft. Right now, in the moment of truth, I've got to see if it's going to accept my orbit and let me perform a survey. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, basically, I think because I've already done a survey with my other probe, I don't need to do a survey with this again. But all it does is it basically has a percentage, so it'll be like starting survey 20%, 30%, and then once it's done, that's it. You know, that's all it does. However, one thing it will do is this, and it might not be pink for you. It might be whatever color. I don't really know what the point of this is. I mean, I'm guessing it shows you where the most ore is. Because at first I thought it was just showing you land, but you know, bits like that are cut off. You can see it like this as well, which makes me think that it's telling you where good places to land are. So I guess that's kind of useful. So you can see there's kind of hotspots here or whatever, and like there and there. But you know, I haven't actually landed on alien planets of mine yet. I'm planning on sending one to the moon because I've already got one orbiting the moon already, and I've sent Jeb down. He's down there. But I usually just turn this overlay off for the purposes of the next bit. You can change the color of the overlay, by the way. Now, if we activate the Narrowband Scanner. Okay, so now we can see body, Kerbin, biome highlands, longitude, latitude that we're travelling across, and you can see the surface or directly beneath us is currently changing because we're currently moving. However, if we open up the GUI, you can see here that we've got Narrowband Scanner, and this is the area directly beneath us. If I refresh it now, yeah, okay, so this is it may look a bit funny, but this is the area directly beneath us, and you have to refresh it for it to change position. And basically you can see, if I hover over here, you can see where it says abundance, that's about 2.8. However, here it's 3.7, and you can tell because of the difference in color. And you can change the color here as well if you want it to be more. So look, if you get, see, look, that's that's the highest I think I've ever seen right there. Set almost 7%. And you got 3 and then 2. And you can see you can go through all of the different color filters. I think if I refresh it now, yeah, you got that there. And basically this the resource button doesn't really do anything at the moment, but as you can see, very, very cool. You can just scan the planet and you can look at what's going on beneath you, and you can see where the ore is. Look, we're about to, I'm just going to spam the button so it's kind of almost in real time. A huge vein of about 7% again. And if you don't understand what that percentage means, it basically means, you know, if you're digging up the ground, basically, the higher the percentage is, the more you're going to get in the same time as if you were to mine somewhere else. So if you spent an hour mining here, you're only going to get like a fraction of what you would get if you spent an hour mining here, for instance. So this helps you decide, well, that's a big... Wow, the mountain ranges have a lot in them. Which makes sense. I did geography. Yeah, may as well open the old dish. I don't see why not. Oh, there is serious clipping going on there. Okay, we'll retract that. Okay, so really cool. Look, you can see, I love all this kind of stuff, as you've probably noticed by now. And it spins. Beware of this thing. The Narrowband Scanner. First probe I had, I thought, oh, it's just a little hexagon thing. I'll put it in the service bay. Turn it on, the entire thing exploded in a horrible fireball because it span and it just ripped the entire thing to shreds. But yeah, okay, so this thing does still work in the same way that it tells you longitude, latitude, biome and whatever, in a much way that this does. But this is meant to be used on the surface, so it's too high to actually pick up the ore density. But if you were to make it look like a little car or even a plane, then you can use this to detect the ore. Okay. So, I've been Zen Gaming. I hope you like this little look at the kind of new resources, like kind of system in Kerbal Space Program. I hope this kind of like I don't know if you'd call it a tutorial of the new kind of pros was useful to you. If it was, let me know and I'll do more. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.